I'm sitting on the couch with the baby, just keeping him happy. He's been pretty fussy the last few days, but I did want to talk about things I actually used during my labor that were helpful to me. This is where it's hard to know when you're a first-time mom, because every labor is different, every mama is different, you know, the time of year you have the baby can be different, all that kind of stuff. So, but I just wanted to share what was actually helpful to me, and looking back on my birth, what helped me in the most intense and painful moments, what helped me in the most, what helped me in the moments that I was most discouraged, when I wanted to give up, things that helped me when I was exhausted, things that helped me when I was hungry, all that kind of thing. So let's jump into it. So one thing that was really helpful to me in the beginning especially was a couple weeks before I was in labor with him, I was just compiling music, and most of my music that I chose was worship music and praise music, just to set that atmosphere was important for me, and it was good in between contractions to hear something familiar and kind of draw on my history with God and be in that moment with him together, because I didn't know how it was going to be, but in the past, sometimes when I'm in pain, I'm a 7 through and through. I hate being in pain. I hate it so much, and so I had a little bit of anxiety about how it would be, and just having reminders of God's goodness and his faithfulness, and that he's brought me this far and he's not just gonna leave me here, was really important to me, and it proved to be so helpful in labor and delivery. There were moments where I was just would get a break for a couple minutes from a contraction, and I was able to just engage in that, and it kept me really focused for the most part. You have moments, of course, but I pushed for a long time, and having that atmosphere set, that there were angels in the room, that Jesus is my deliverer, okay? And I really believe that, and it was a really powerful time. Before birth, I was so nervous for transition and for pushing the baby out, but it came to be true that labor for me was so much harder than pushing the baby out, and I am so thankful for that, because it didn't get anyway, this is not my birth story. Go watch my birth story if you want to know. I just get carried away talking, so I went to the store a couple weeks again before, and I got a new set of pajamas and a robe. I found that to be so useful, I guess, when I was laboring, and to be in something soft and really loose and something I could easily just pull off. I wore, most of the time I was in active labor, I was in just a swimsuit top, so I had to kind of figure out what would be helpful for me to wear. I didn't get slippers or anything like that. I know that's in a lot of get ready for my birth videos type thing, but I like to be barefoot. Shoes aren't really my thing when I want to get something done and I'm inside and that kind of thing. So another thing that was super helpful was this product called Liquid IV, and they're little electrolyte packets. Basically, you can buy them in a big pouch, and I drank those throughout early labor, so probably about 48 hours or so before he was even born. I was drinking those, and a ton of water, so I was really hydrated, which helped me a lot, because I knew I wanted a water birth, and I didn't know how long I would be in the warm tub, and it's easy to get dehydrated when you're in the tub, and you lose track of time and all that kind of thing. So Liquid IV was a huge game changer for me. Also, the little nitro red things from Young Living. I think it's called Ningxia Red. I am terrible with pronouncing it. I get it wrong every time. But basically, it's a shot of antioxidants and vitamins and stuff like that. So I would feel myself hitting a hard wall, and then all of a sudden, it's like they knew. One of my sisters or my mom would run over with one of those and kind of just make me drink it really quick, and it gives you like this burst of energy. And so I think I ordered a pack of those from Young Living before my due date, and it every single one of those I used, and I used even postpartum. I used when you're super exhausted from labor and delivery and you still need to take care of your little one. I would drink Liquid IV, try to get my milk to come in, and the Ningxia Red little shots. Amazing. I honestly, that and like a gallon of water every day, that changed the game. We also had a pouch of granola bars and treats and things that were high protein with I didn't really care about sugar either, because sometimes for me I get a little bit faint and things like that when I'm in a lot of pain. So sugar wasn't an issue for me in this instance. But we had Lara bars, we had kids, like we had the kids fruit roll-up bars from Cliff Bar, and we had Kashi, all these different kinds of bars. So it was nice in between a contraction or between pushing. Right, it was closer before I had transition, so I would eat a bar, or I think someone brought, I'm trying to remember, I think someone brought cookies that they had made, and those were really helpful too, because it was just there and like, here, drink this and eat a cookie, you know, because, oh, and what I forgot to say, sorry, my brain is a little scattered, is the Liquid IV is equivalent to 3 cups of water is what they say. So anyway, that was kind of out of order, but it's fine. Another thing that I found helpful was essential oils, and I'm just telling you what I genuinely used. I'm not even signed up for essential oils at this time because of how well they worked for me through this whole process. I am actually signing up for a reoccurring thing I get every month, but that's because they've proved to be so helpful to me. During my labor, I had different essential oils that I could rub on my belly, on my neck, on my back, different ones that I could rub on my feet. We had essential oils diffusing certain blends. I believe I had Valor, I had Envision, I had a couple different ones that we switched on and off through the course of it. So that was really helpful, honestly. Like the Clary Sage essential oil is such a powerful oil, and it's because when the baby's inside you still, you cannot take ibuprofen. And I really wanted to have a drug-free birth. In the middle of labor and delivery, I said, I want medicine. Like, what the heck was I thinking, right? But that's why you have people there, you know, because to remind you can do it. And also Clary Sage, because she is a miracle oil, and it helped so much. Every few hours, just like how you would take ibuprofen, you rub it on your belly. I even rubbed some on my back. I did a lot of research on oil blends and things that are helpful for labor and delivery. So do your own research. Don't just slap a bunch of oil on yourself. That's not good. But there we go. There we go. Perfect. Okay. We got the shot. So this stuff is also from Young Living. I know. But it's a parenteral spray you can spray basically every time you go to the toilet, before or after you go, and then this is to prep yourself before birth, and you can use it after birth as well. I don't really have a problem talking about this kind of thing, but I know some people do, so if you are uncomfortable hearing the word vagina or perineum or whatever, this would probably be a good place for you to discontinue the video. Love you guys. Okay, see you later. Anyway, for those of you who want to know, this stuff is amazing. It is full of, okay, so it has some carrier oils, obviously, but it has tea tree, it has myrrh, it has lavender and frankincense, Roman chamomile. It's so good. It smells kind of strong, but at that point in my pregnancy and afterwards, I did not care. It doesn't stink, but it does have a very interesting smell. But anyway, it doesn't smell flowery or anything like that. But this stuff rocks. It is kind of expensive, but to me, it was definitely worth it. If you're a rock star at massaging and doing that whole thing, which is really suggested if you don't want to tear, it can really help. Do that. Use the olive oil, the coconut oil. Girl, you do you, boo. But I needed something easier. I was still working full time. And this just made sense. It can fit in your purse. It's really compact. I even used this after birth. Granted, I didn't have any big tearing or anything like that. So if you tore a lot and it's really sensitive, this might not be a good option for you for postpartum. But if you don't tear, I thought this was really awesome. So anyway, and occasionally you can even still use it as you're healing. But yeah, I just thought this was a really worthwhile investment. Yes, and I'm trying to think if there was anything else. Labor and birth can be such a blur. Oh my god, okay, this is so overlooked, but I cut my hair since then. But I had scrunchies, okay? I had like 5 or 6 different scrunchies. I don't know why I was so particular. I think it's because just my skin was so sensitive everywhere when I was in labor. It's like all your senses are awakened or something, which they are. But I had scrunchies. I think I had my messy bun was held together by 2 hair ties just like this, and then a big scrunchie on top because it's got to look cute. So that's what I did. Scrunchies really changed the game for me because they don't pull as hard, and it was nice having my hair out of my face. I'm not one of those labor with your hair down and be like all sexy and cool. Wasn't my jam. If that's your jam, I admire you. But anyway, and you're being so good. This is kind of a doula's role in labor delivery. If I did not have technically a doula, because I had my sisters and my mom and my mother-in-law that I knew were savvy in the things to do as a doula would. But having someone in a doula role in your birth is so game-changing. Midwives, they sometimes they'll step in and you know, show you. Mine were very trusting, which was really empowering also. I kept asking them, is there anything else I could do? I'm like, a little lost. They're like, no, you can keep doing what you're doing, which is awesome. But a doula is more hands-on, and like, you need pressure on your lower back, you need your hips squeezed together, your husband needs a break for a sandwich, which was the case with us. You need a back massage, whatever. You need to call Grandma Jane. That is all part of the doula's role. I have been a doula in the past, and It's a very important stance in a birth room. It can make or break things, honestly. I felt so benefited by help from my sister and my mom, from just putting pressure on my lower back during contractions during active labor. It was really helpful. So anyway, those are things I suggest that actually helped me in my labor and delivery, and it's kind of minimal. That's just how it was for me, but that's it. I think my next video might be something else similar to this. You guys seem to like these me talking videos, and I originally thought I would do more vlog stuff, but we'll do, ooh, it's okay, don't cry. We'll do a little bit of both and we'll see how it rolls, okay? Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. If you do, like and subscribe. I never thought I'd be saying that, but it is so true. Please like and subscribe so that I know we're making stuff you want to see. So anyway, oh,